talk. So whenever you want, Maria. Eric has joined. Brand new dad. You guys can congratulate him.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Congratulations.
Yes, Daniel has joined. Emma is here. Felix as well. So great. Good to see you all, Steve. Good to see you, Steve, as well. Anyways, so we have new teachers. We have teachers that have been with us for a longer time. But today I wanted to go over the model again, make sure that you guys grasp all the possibilities, all the reach of the system, because sometimes I have the feeling that things have to be, have to be reinforced, and there have been changes as well. So we're not the same. We're evolving all the time, and perfecting some of our processes, some of the technology, of course. You will see some novelties right now. I was told that now everything that all the changes in your classes that you do when you prepare in this part of where you see the activities in the class now is automatically updated in the web class and so on. So these are the little changes that we are working on that will make the whole difference. So on occasion for us, first of all, for you to get to know each other, because I think that as all the communities, this is a live body. Yeah, all of us have to know each other. I will repeat throughout this presentation or this talk that we are a resource for each other. We'll see how we can use what we have created together. And of course, all of us have to decide where we are going and how to best help each other. Yeah. So in the first part, we're going to see what is Oxinity offering. In the second part of the presentation, again, how to understand your salary, your wages numbers, because sometimes, again, we have gray areas. Yeah. And that will give us the opportunity to see what needs presenting in a different way, so that it's better understood. So very useful talk today, in my opinion, I believe. And I have prepared a presentation for, well, if you are familiar with it, fantastic, we're going to talk about it. If you are new to it, it will give you the chance to give me the chance to stress key points, yeah, of your growth. So I will start presenting, just a minute. Okay, guys, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm trying to maximize it. Okay, can you still see it maximize like the full screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you see the second slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, in today's
Yes.
talk. Okay. Great. Okay. So, what questions are we going to answer and try to talk about? Why is someone that I know, someone is growing faster or more than me? Yeah, this is the first question. What can I do? Why do I have or I don't have hours? In case you don't understand my generated, what can you do? And how are our hours allocated? Yeah, what is the system? What are the parameters behind this? So in the first place, let me again remind you about our ethos, and it's that you guys, the teachers, are in the center of our model. Yeah, so we, Oxinity, all of us, are a community that is collaborating, and we create a circle through which we help teachers grow. How does that happen? It's important that we understand that, because actually this is a key point. It happens because someone is growing beyond their capacity to teach. This is as simple as this. It can be anyone. It can be the oldest member in this community or the newest member in this community. It doesn't matter. And actually, it doesn't matter how much you grow, but whenever there is an hour that you cannot teach, that hour helps someone. It helps someone, and it's not just an altruistic help. You have a gain there. So growth actually is a consequence of having interested people. Yeah, and what we do, we can accelerate this process. How? By advancing new students, by kickstarting your growth. So that you don't have to wait until you get your first clients in order to start operating. Okay, so this is very important as well, because that means that whenever we understand this point, so okay, I am interested to be part of Oxinity, that means that I understand that first I will be receiving help from other people. You don't even need to know them, but it's true that this is how it happens, and you will be part of that circle or of that process. And as I was saying, both parties have a gain. It's a win-win, because in any relationship, if this principle is broken, it is just non-existent. We can talk about our private life, our professional life, everywhere. We have to reach this win-win, yeah? So we always have a gain. The new teachers, or the teachers that at first have no clients of their own, benefit from teaching, so their gain is 50%. In the same case, but on the other side, the teacher that has transferred the hour to the teacher that teaches keeps 40%. So the client owner has 40%, the teacher has 50%. And in case we're talking about you teaching your clients or someone else's clients, but also having your clients of your own, in this case, you are up to 90%. So these are the possible case scenarios that we have. No matter if you teach your own clients or clients of someone else, it's when you start actually having clients of your own where you will see this growth a reality. Yeah. But it all starts, you don't even have to wait, as I say, and let me insist on that, you don't even have to wait to have clients. We're going to anticipate students, and we're going to do it because we have the information, we have created the system that tells us who are the teachers that are already inside this process. So what are we providing? In the first place, a tool to offer to teach worldwide. Yeah. So in this process, you can keep the students that you want to teach, and you can transfer the rest of the community. And again, some of you are going to start offering classes according to your niche, but no teacher is limited just to the niche that they want. So clients can come and ask for a service that you are not willing to provide, you can't provide, you're busy or whatever, so you can transfer these classes to the rest of the community. And on the other hand, what we are providing is hours to help you in your start, to kickstart your growth. So when does that happen? Now, this is again very important. It happens when you decide to step inside Oxinity. So not to everyone we're going to give hours just because we have met them once. No, it's when you decide, then when you tell us, okay, I'm inside, I accept, I like it, when we're going to say, okay, fine, you're ready. Have you observed? Maybe we're going to ask you this. Do you need further training? If the answer is yes, fine, okay. And from that point, then we're the first interested in investing hours in those teachers that we see that have a very good potential to growth. As I said, not focused on results, but on the process. This is important. So when we see that there is a potential in a person, we're going to help you guys. So your question, the one that you have to answer to your, honestly, is, are you inside or outside? The good news is that both inside and outside, you can benefit from Oxinity, but not in the same way. So teachers outside, we have them. There are people that are just using the tool, and that's that. But teachers from the inside can benefit from the tool and the resources. So the tools and the resources. And who are these resources? First of all, all of you. All of you, with your experience, with your with your growth, with your expertise, everything with your knowledge, you are a resource for each other. Myself, my colleagues, all of the admin team, we are a resource for you. So once inside Oxinity, everything is yours, every single thing. In the previous talk, I explained about the IDC. I will quickly reinforce this idea now, because this is actually one of the key elements that you need to understand in order to start. But in Oxinity, you have much more than a profile. A profile is what you would have in a marketplace, and that's it. If you're visible, then people will click. If not, you will be forgotten. But in Oxinity, whether you're visible or not is absolutely irrelevant. I mean, of course, you can put your profile forward, or any of the landing pages, any of the other resources at Oxinity. We'll see in a minute how it works. But this is it. So once you are inside, once you open the door, you can use everything in it, everything that you find in it. So how do you grow? We said last time, you grow by sharing content. It can be either created by you or shared with your IDC. This is the easiest, this is the most straightforward way of growing, but you have to know a couple of mechanisms which actually help you in the background. And it is that your clicks can become leads and clients with remarketing as well. So I explained last time that 20%, more or less 20-30% of the leads actually convert in the moment. The majority of them are a product or a result of follow-up. So here what you have to have in mind is that a click that you produce in any of the Oxinity environment with your IDC actually is something that the system keeps and can have a result months later, which is the greatness as well of all this coding that we're doing for you. So that means that your clicks can either become immediately, or they are going to be there in case someone later in time decides to check this and it converts. The system still keeps the tracking code for you. In the moment that we see that you start having leads, we in this moment are going to invest hours in you. Okay, so it's as simple as start sharing, nothing more and nothing less. Now, apart from your growth, we also invest in quality. And here is, again, something that I would really want to explain how it works. How do we know what the quality is here? And we do. The thing is that we have quite a fair picture of the quality standards and how people are performing. Again, when you use technology, technology gets to know us even better than we do. Yeah. So how much activities we use, how much we use the attachments, all these things are there. And on top of that, we have your students' opinion. So when we cross-reference both, we have quite a fair idea of how you guys are using the system, the classes, to provide a good service. So based on that, we also invest in high-quality teachers. Now, sometimes I have expressed my concerns regarding people, but it was just because I think, okay, so will that teacher be better teaching Spanish classes or English classes? I'm in two minds, I don't know. Eventually, the system tells us. So these are the mechanisms of, the balancing mechanisms that I don't even have to decide, yeah? So when you use the way you use the system tells us much more than one individual can decide. So having or not hours is also related to quality, obviously. Now, having said that, sometimes you are, you have limited availability. This is also a factor. But again, it's something that you will put on the table. It won't be us. So it's a matter of choice eventually. Are you inside or outside of Oxinity? What is the quality of your classes? And then classes are obviously assigned according to your performance, because again, what we want is a win-win. So if you're happy with the system, you're using it fairly for your growth, you like it here, then we're more than happy to help you and to assign you classes. And our duty is always to show you and to help you understand how the system works, how you can perform to the best of your capacity, so that you eventually get to make your growth happen. Now let me show you this in numbers, because sometimes it's, as I say, it's not random. It's not just one person's decision. Numbers also speak loud. You will see 4 different Salesforce screenshots from Salesforce, and they refer to the same period. So I've taken from the 1st of February to the 24th of March, yeah, a month and a half more or less. And all 4 teachers have received help from us, the 4 of them, according to what they wanted. So in the first case, we have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, so 0 interested, 0 trials, 0 clients. The conclusion is quite clear. I mean, you don't have to. It's not a, well, it's quite obvious, yeah, that that person is just using the system, and it's not. They are not inside Oxinity, at least not yet. Will they decide to join or not? I don't know. I just know that here there is nothing to multiply, yeah, nothing to help. But the second case is someone that is already inside. How do I know? 47 interested. I don't mind the final results to clients. I know that they will come with the right follow-up, with the right, sometimes it's a matter of tweaking a little bit our message so that we get to the desired target. Yeah, we talk about quality of the leads, but to talk about quality of the leads, it's extremely easy when you have them. When you don't have leads, then what quality are you going to talk about? Nothing. So in the second case, we definitely see very good potential. In the third case, absolutely the same. In the fourth case, absolutely the same. Now, these are the things that will tell us how people are performing. And with all these people, we have tried or are working. Yeah. So we have tried to work with the first person unsuccessfully. With the rest, with the 3 following people, it was quite successful, and I know that they will get there. So this leads to understanding my generated. Yeah. So obviously, in these cases, we will have completely different outcomes money-wise. So yes. So when it comes to monetizing results, these 4 cases will have different results. And it's here we have to insist until you guys understand and have no questions or no doubts. We're going to provide the information that you need. But basically, understanding your generated is being in control of your growth. Yeah. So you have to. I sometimes hear hear statements such as, "Oh, I'm not an accountant, I'm a teacher." Well, okay, but if you're just a teacher, then of course look no further. You don't have to worry about transfer rate, retail price. You know that you will be on 14 euros as average, and that's it. So you just have to worry whether or not you take attendance right, and that's the only thing. Yeah, no, nothing more. But those people that actually will grow are the ones that also understand how it all happens. I'm going to try to explain it, but it is through practice that you will know. So in the first place, you decide the rates, both the transfer rate and the retail price for your clients. This is important because so far we've been guiding you to simplify things, maybe at some point to make it, more straightforward, to avoid complications. But eventually you have to remember these two things. First of all, you decide the transfer rate and you decide the retail price. Here we can only advise, we can recommend, and end of it. So deciding the transfer rate means that when you are accepting to teach a class, you have a say. So you can say, hey, Radmila, I'm not going to accept anything below 20. Fine. If we can help you with these conditions, we will. If not, we won't. So you have a say in both, yeah? The retail price, of course. Again, we can suggest a balanced price, but the last call is yours. The second thing, when you check your salary or your generated, that part of your generated income, you have to know how the system operates. So there is no right or wrong. Well, there actually is, but it's more accurate to talk about information being accurate or inaccurate. Sometimes inaccurate information in one of the registers can affect the whole outcome, and it's where you have to be vigilant. So, and why is that? Because if only we have that, I don't know, that one of the open web classes, which is yours, has a different owner, then the outcome will be different. Only that little detail. So these are the things that when you know them, you have to report if you see inaccuracy somewhere throughout the system. Glitches can exist, but let's say that at that stage, we've been working for a long time in all the bugs. So apart from some very little cases where we have exceptions, not the general rules, we don't expect glitches to happen. So just for you to know how much information is behind the calculations of the salaries, imagine 11,000, more or less, more than 11,000 interactions every month. 11,000 interactions means that is information from the students, from the attendants, from the classes, from owners, and from teachers. 11,000 is a very, very considerable number. The admin team at the end of the month has to deal with approximately between 300 and 400 reported incidences. If you think about it, 300 to 400 reported incidences is around 3%, out of which a lot of them have to do with attendance. Sometimes you report things such as, my student hasn't signed despite my repeated emails. So it can be this. Or this is a classic actually. Or I forgot to take the attendance, but I did the class. Yeah. So all in all, we are now perfecting the system. So if you forgot to take the attendance, you can do it when you are checking your generated. You can change this information. You can request for signatures. And we have always helped you in this process. So now these are day-to-day issues that we help you with. There are others which are more relevant and have to do more with structural changes. So for instance, all of a sudden we have a situation where that is not just the regular procedure that requires a lot of programming. So these are the cases then that require major fixes. So we're not talking about just, okay, I forgot, or here is, this is wrong contract or whatever. We're talking about a situation that we didn't have before, the day before, and now we do. We are talking about precedents, yeah, setting precedents. So last time we had such a case of setting a precedent that required hours of programming. Well, fine, we're doing it. but you have to know that what it entails. Yeah, because sometimes, again, I hear, well, it's not so difficult. Turns out it is. Sometimes turns out that structural changes are more difficult. Not impossible. Everything is possible with the time. And finally, you guys have to give us the signal for inaccurate information so that we then fix it. And here is something that many new teachers especially can forget, which is once you have reported everything, then you have to tell us, all right, I've done it. So you click it, you click a button that will appear there saying, I have checked, I have reported. Once you click that button, then the admin team is no longer waiting for you to do it. They know that they have to start checking, and they know that once fixed all these incidences, they have to transfer the money. So if you haven't received on your wages on the 7th, for instance, in due time, then ask yourself this question: did I actually indicate it clearly that I have checked everything or not? And if the answer is not, then go and do it, because we know that we have to wait for you. Take your time, do it whenever you want. We're not going to put pressure on you, but we need that indication so that we know and we check, we fix, and then we pay. So finally, I just want to show you here a screen. I have a screenshot of what a person that is inside Oxinity can achieve. Obviously, this is halfway through March, so not all the data are still definite or final. But something is very clear. Average price per hour is 43 euros. So this is the reach of the mechanisms that we enable for teachers. This is reality. This is not a promise. This is a reality. In that case, that teacher generates from teaching from hours, from actual hours, around 500 euros. The rest is something that she generates by using Oxinity, by using the system without teaching. So the revenue that she has is 2,000 and more or less 400 euros. Just so that you see how she's using, in this case, Oxinity. Yeah, so this is the reach of this system. Everyone can get there. It's just a matter of time, but everyone can be there. So indications or indicators of how well you're doing, average price per hour. This is it. This is the first indicator for you guys. And the rest, honestly, is a matter of time. Yeah. So at this point, maybe if you have any questions, let's revise, let's see what can be of a concern, what is not quite clear or understood, so that I can answer. Okay, because for me it's important that you understand this. So are there any questions, guys?
Yeah, can I start?
Felix, go for it.
Can you hear me?
I barely hear you. You're very quiet.
Right now?
Yeah, much better. Thank
Okay.
you.
So I haven't understood something. I got almost everything. When
Yeah.
are you inside or outside? Inside means that those teachers are under contract. What is the
Inside is when you decide that you are going to start using what Oxinity, the resources of Oxinity, yeah, and that you are using that, first of all, that you've understood the project, yeah, you like it, you like what Oxinity is offering, which is, okay, these guys are going to help me grow. I want to grow, therefore I'm going to start working on it. But meanwhile, I know that I don't have to prove results so that they invest in me. So I only have to decide to start. And when you start, then we're going to see it. How? Because you will start having interested people or clicks in the first place.
Uh-huh.
When this happens, we know that you are inside. So the agreement is in Oxinity. You can sign it anytime. You can read
because
it.
you have because you have the user already. Your
You have
official
the user
account,
already.
okay.
Yes, everything. So it's actually there is the agreement. You read it. You sign. You're not inside yet. Yeah, even though we have an agreement, you're not inside. You decide that you want to, for instance, use it with your students and not share with us. You're not inside. It's all right. You can still use it. Fine. You're inside when you say, okay, so what am I doing here? Do I want to go alone, or I want to have all these guys with me? Because there's a lot that they can bring to my business. So what is it? Knowledge, hours, whatever. Okay, how can I grow with all these things? So yeah, I will be given hours to grow. What am I doing meanwhile? You have to take this investment or take these hours and multiply them.
Yeah.
I said by sharing. Sharing is the easiest way.
So you can start
decide.
using the platform now. I mean,
Absolutely. If you well, from the very first day in the webinars, I told you guys that you can start using it from day one, and when you start, you can only improve. Yeah. So not until you actually give it a go, you will see what it takes, what you need. So if the question is yes, Radmila, I have started, fine, then you're inside.
okay, so you can start having classes already as a teacher. That's what I want to know. I mean, because what is the difference between outside and so outside
to be
teacher?
outside means that you are going to just use the tool, and not, you don't want to. That indicates, okay, I don't want to share. First of all, I don't want to give anything or take anything from you guys. I don't want. I just want to be on my own.
So outside would mean I just have a class with a student tomorrow and I just leave, right? That would be an example.
Yeah, let me show you here. Just once again.
Yeah, it's just because it was a little bit ambiguous to me, this concept, of inside, outside.
It's very clear. The first teacher is outside. The rest of these teachers are inside.
Right.
You see, yeah? So it's crystal clear. The person that is actually inside is the person that gets results, yeah, by using the resources. So what is the difference? It's not in Oxinity. Let me I will be crystal clear here. The difference of inside and outside is not ours, because we at Oxinity have trusted the first teacher, and the second, and the third, and the fourth with ours. So if you think, oh, if I have interested, she will give me hours. No, no, no. She or they gave hours to all 4 people. But the first is outside, and she will always be. And the other 3 are inside.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? There was a question. Let me just read it. Okay, no, it was just a comment from a partner. Right. Any other doubt or concern here, guys? No? All clear? Can you hear me well? Because I see some. Yes? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes?
Everything is clear.
Okay, so just be reminded, since we're talking about generated, be reminded, all of you, we're approaching the end of the month, to click the having checked discrepancies. Please be reminded, yeah? Okay, now growth again. I will now show the platform, and for teachers like Felix, what it means to be inside and how you guys can get started. Yeah. So just a minute. Okay. Can you see? You should be seeing the blog now. Can you see the blog?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so this is me, and this is my, I'm logged into Oxinity, and this is my, well, my name. It carries an IDC, as all of you. Then all I have to do is I have to just go to the blog here. Well, there I'll show you two ways actually of growing. The simplest and the more straightforward is, all right, I am here. I see all this content, and the question that I would suggest that you guys ask yourself every day is, okay, so what can I do? How can I help people learn English here? If you ask yourself this question, then inevitably you will say, okay, so I can send them something. Yeah, I can send them content here so that they can learn. So who am I helping today? For instance, okay, I may want to help someone that is interesting in changing lifestyles, moving around. I don't know. They will benefit from this first blog post. Yeah. So what I'll do is, okay, I will think of my target and I will copy this to clipboard, yeah? And I will start sharing. I will share on social media, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I will share it. I will share on WhatsApp. Every day I will take some people and I will send them some information that I consider they can benefit from, yeah? But here, what I've done, I have copied this to my clipboard. And now I'm going to share it. So in order to simulate sharing, I'm going to open a brand new window here. And I'm going to copy this. Okay, so now imagine that someone has read my blog, my sharing, my blog, and okay, so hold on guys, because I think that you're not seeing this. Just a minute. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so all right, here is what I've just copied, yeah, in the URL. And I'm a reader. I'm someone outside from outside of Oxinity, but I find this very, very intriguing. Yeah, I can react to it up front. I can click, or I can continue navigating. Let me see. What is this? Yeah. Okay. Pay attention. Here I have some, well, a long code, my IDC. When I go to online, yeah, I no longer have this long code, and yet it's still there. Okay, so I navigate, I like it, I see, let me see what these guys have for kids, and then I say, okay, you know what, I like it, so I'm going to try a class. So you fill your information here, and
So that will be referred to the teacher.
Sorry?
That will be referred to the teacher that has the IDC code, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'll show you. So what I did is I just copied a link from the blog and I'm sharing it. And I have someone that has clicked and reacted, yeah? So this person is now within Oxinity and they're going to, you can make the trial, you can make this test. So you guys can test yourselves and see what happens, but the app will open. It will ask for sorry, my internet is a little bit slow. Sorry about that. But eventually it will get there. It will show me the level or allow me to choose the level, etc., etc. So this is an incognito window all the time, yeah? So, yeah, here, and so on and so on. So I can choose my schedule, etc. Now, going back to my own, yeah, here, this is me. So now if I go to my Salesforce, yeah, here is my interested person. Okay, so here it is. Okay, I started by reading a blog, but then remember what I did. I was just navigating through Oxinity, and I eventually clicked the kids part, the kids tab. So this is it. This is it. And it is under my name, yeah? So I've got one lead. This can happen today when I'm sharing, or it can happen even 1 year later. It doesn't really matter. So when this happens, when the more you share, actually, the higher the chances of people finding you. As I showed you last time, and I'm going to repeat the same example because it's very representative, yeah, the Inglés para Militares, which, because it's been shared many times, so now someone can just click here, yeah, and if they click here in this post, even long time after, yeah, if they click here, it will still operate for me the same. I mean, the same thing will operate for me, yeah. So when I click now this Inglés para Militares, I should be able to see the lead as well. I'm not going to do it, but it will be exactly the same. You can do the test yourselves. Oh, yeah, sorry, I should have done it as incognito. Okay, anyway. Okay, here. So, Inglés para Militares. Yeah, I accept. Okay, now in this case, since Patricia is the author, now this will go to her. So if Patricia is with us and I ask her to check her Salesforce, she will find it, yeah? But in any case, whatever she did in 2018, if now someone comes across that, then she's going to have a lead.
So
okay,
once that
now,
person, sorry, can I ask a question?
yeah.
Once the potential student clicks the blog entry or books a free session, that student will appear as the interested student in the Salesforce tab, or?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
exactly. Yes,
Perfect.
yes, yes. So for you, for instance, for someone like you, Felix, the most important thing is first you log into imoxinity.com, then you go to blog, and then anything that you do from the buttons here will have embedded your IDC.
Right.
Anything, yeah. So it's super straightforward, yeah. What I did from an incognito session, actually, this example here, that I showed you with Inglés para Militares, is someone that has no prior connection to Oxinity and just searches for Inglés para Militares. Then in this case, no one has shared. It's just an organic search on Google. So Patricia, because the post is well positioned, people will come across it, they will register, and then that lead will be for her. Okay, so everyone can do that. What you have to, with time, when you start blogging, you have to try to find what's relevant, the trending topics, so that by sharing, they're also well positioned as Inglés para Militares, for instance. And there are a lot of examples. Yeah. So whenever you think of your blog posts, think also of what will people want to find, and just write about that. It's a very well. It's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but that's how it happens. Meanwhile, you guys use the blog for sharing. Okay, let me just see if there are some questions. Hold on a second. Olga, go for it.
Hi, Ramila. Just wanted to ask something about this example you give from Patricia. It's a very nice one, I think, but
Yeah.
it's a very specific example also. It's English for the military. How does that work? I mean, we can also think maybe, you know, personally finding different topics, specific topics like this. But then in Oxinity, as far as I know, we offer general English or business English mostly. Isn't that the case?
But yeah, we offer everything. So we offer business English, English for specific purposes, any purpose. For instance, I remember that you have a PhD in literature. Yeah. So, okay, write about that. Write about what you guys know about English literature, or the books that can help you in your learning. You know, so it can be anything related to education.
Okay, so I just wanted to make clear that we can offer any type of class, you know, in English, because I was restricting myself to English only, like, you know, teaching English, conversation, grammar, and so on.
No. Look, you guys can offer English for all type of specific purposes, and you can also offer Spanish, and in less number French and German. Well, we have less partners that can teach French and German, and less material as well. But for the open web classes, for this structure is absolutely you know, consolidated for Spanish and English. So yeah, you can go for it. By the way, let me answer. I saw a question here by Johanna. How do I know that the student has not signed after class? Okay, so you know, because in the generated, I will find an example and share with you. Just a minute. Okay, if you see my screen, then just a minute here. So you see there is no, here right in the middle between the tick and this symbol has to be the symbol of a signature, and on top of it, it tells you at least one signature needed, activity is not rated. So this is how you know that a signature is missing. And what do? You click this symbol here, and it sends an email, yeah, to the person. Okay, you're welcome. Steve, you shared something. Would you like to explain what this is? Only that I can't hear, maybe. Anyway, doesn't matter. Any more questions, guys? No?
About the generated tab. So you have to, in order to verify a class with a student, you have to ask for that signature that you show.
Yes. Okay. So why being so insistent on signatures? The reasons are several. Let's think out loud. Yeah. Why the signature is necessary? Let's start with companies. In companies, it's absolutely imperative that all the students sign according they have attended the classes. For series of reasons, public funding in some cases, other internal audits in other cases, doesn't really matter. The second case is because when the student acknowledges having done the class, then we avoid all type of discrepancies, right? So we have the evidence, the student and both the student and the teacher have acknowledged having done the class. So yeah, it is imperative that they sign. But don't worry, because let's say that again, the system identifies and knows for each user whether they have signed or not. So users that haven't signed the class are requested in the first place when they access their app to sign pending signatures. So you know, there's a lot to it that is happening in the background, in the backstage, so to speak, that helps you. So someone, you can remind your students, but eventually whenever they log to do the web class, there is a process of requesting the signature for them. Yeah, but yeah, it's very important that they sign. It's very important that you also evaluate all the activities. Again, the reasons are several. Everything is in chain here. So when you, for instance, when you indicate what the activities that you've done, you are telling the system, you're giving them information about whether the content has been acquired or not, whether the students, you know, the system then takes this information and decides what is the next activity that is going to present. Sometimes we have very few, I have to say, very few complaints about activities being repeated. But if you have a repeated activity, that may be indicative of someone not indicating previously that that activity was taught. So the system doesn't know that someone taught it, and unless they indicate so. So when this happens, then the system recalculates and only offers activities that are new and necessary for that person. Okay. Any other question about the business model, guys? Especially the newest teachers, Daniel. Let me see. Jazz, Felix, Fiona. No, is all clear?
No,
Yeah.
the only thing, Radmila, I was speaking to Maria about was the tax and how to transfer the money into a UK account, and I was totally not sure how to do that really, with which banks charge and which banks don't. So that was the only.
A UK account? No, I don't think. A UK, you say?
Yeah, because the first invoice, the Spanish bank charged some euros. My bank in the UK doesn't charge for it for incoming. It's only when I send money out.
Mm-hmm. If you are in the UK, Jazz, I would recommend trying Revolut. Revolut is a British company, and they don't charge any taxes or, well, fees. Try Revolut.
I think it was the bank Oxinity uses. They took money, like, so it wasn't a UK.
International transfers.
Yeah. Maria's looking into it.
But when a bank is taking okay, yeah, maybe. But in any case, there is banking without any fees, and Revolut is one of them.
Okay, I'll look into that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is there like a test class to, we'll say a test session for teachers, so they can practice, you know, apart from like the observation classes,
Yeah.
that we can watch? Is there like a test session to test teachers and how they teach? How would they teach some students?
No, but we can create it. There
Uh-huh.
isn't. But we can create it with you if you want.
I was just a question, but yeah, that would be great.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's a great idea actually. I think that especially if you feel, you know, that if you're not so confident, then we can run a test with before your first class, and we
Right.
can give you some feedback so that you're fully ready. I think it's a great idea.
Well, you can start right away, like I asked, right? You can
You
start
can
right away.
start right away, but many times um, that's what I do with teachers. So before the first session, we just quickly go over the activities in case they have, you know, they wonder about something. So it's actually a very good idea. In any case, Felix, if you want to, if do you know what you can do? You can create a group
Yeah.
and invite someone to join that group. I don't know, someone that of your trust, and then you can practice with them.
Awesome. Yeah, I already have created a fake group, but I didn't do the. Yeah, so
Yeah.
somebody from the contact list that we did the other day, right?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Could be an example.
In
Cool.
any case, before your first class, if you get in touch with me, I will give you some tips because it's very important that you know, and that you know, the most important thing is that no one notices that it's your first class ever. And of course,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you don't have to say, "Oh, this is my first class," because it's
Right.
just not necessary. We
Right.
don't we don't we just go and look as
Yeah,
confident as
yeah.
we can, and we start with a quick question, and that's it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So what else? In case, for instance, because your students, you know, your students, and also, yeah, your students are, especially the ones that have been with us for some time now, have quite a good criteria. So take a look at your reviews after the classes, and that is quite indicative. Yeah. Sometimes they will tell you, for instance, the pace was too fast. Yeah. Usually with new teachers, that's quite common because they're nervous and it makes them go faster, yeah, to fill the silences. When you master timing is actually when you not slow down, but when you reduce your part in favor of your students. But anyway, these are
Right.
things that we're going to approach you about it. Yeah, if I see something that is needs your attention, I will tell you. No worries. Okay, so what, Olga?
Yeah, one last question about the feedback part.
Sure.
Where
Yeah,
do you see that? I mean, I see some ratings, but I haven't seen any comments. Does that mean that nobody wrote any comments?
but probably no. If your ratings are clear, then no one wrote anything.
Okay.
No
Thank you.
news, good news.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, what else? Any more questions? By the way, Felix, when I said when I use the word slow, it's not slow pace. Yeah, it's just the instructions being concise
Right.
because pace
Yeah,
is
yeah.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You become minimal, and like you said once, don't over-explain to students. I mean,
So, yeah. Sometimes it's tempting to show how much we know the grammar, but no,
exactly.
refrain.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Cool, cool. More questions, guys. Is there anything that you would like me to explain, to reinforce, to clarify regarding anything? No.
About the rates, is there like a maximum number, price, you would say?
No, just your common sense, I believe. No.
Right.
It has to be, you know, it has to be a price that people can pay.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, we have to decide in each case. Yeah, for instance, if you're asked, I'll give you an example. So we've had cases like, oh, I need to, well, tomorrow I have an interview. I urgently need a class. So we try to find a situation, a one-off class, then it won't be 25 maybe, right? You can charge a little bit more, for instance. There are different case scenarios, but the best strategy is always to go for a win-win. Yeah, I was explaining yesterday, always go for the win-win. Whatever is best for the student, and if we know what's best for us, then we're going to go and offer the most affordable and the price for the students, but also the one that allows us to increase our rate per hour, leaving a class open, not closing it up front, etc., etc. So these are the mechanisms. Okay.
So even if you have a previous experience as a teacher, when you're starting with Oxinity, I thought that honestly 10 net euros per hour will be fine for me. Since
10 euros?
I mean, it's the industry standard, right? I mean, but
ask your colleagues. Ask your colleagues whether they agree with that.
I've heard that.
No.
I read somewhere.
No. A cleaning.
But,
sorry. Cleaning ladies are the best thing you can pay in your life, apart from a therapist. But they earn 12 euros plus the transport. So, and they don't pay taxes. So, I mean, look at the time you spent studying, preparing yourself, and your experience. That is a lot. So, no. And if you are willing to get paid 10 euros, you're kind of like, I'm sorry, degrading. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Degrading the value
euros.
of a language teacher, really.
15
I think
euros.
that many
They pay $60. In Italy, they pay 30 euros.
Yeah.
I think that many academies, they'll pay you 10 euros an hour, but they're getting the rest of it. They're charging 30, 40, 50.
And there's the official convenio, like the official non-regulated education, blah, blah. The law says that we earn 11 euros. And as Blanca is saying, yeah, in academies, they make their clients pay, I don't know, 100 euros a month, whatever, for like 4 classes, or like for like 24 hours of 24 or 12 hours a week, a month. Come on.
Yeah. I didn't want to come off too pretentious about the about the rates. Yeah. 15 euros would be.
Yeah, I mean, like go for the middle way, not extreme. Maybe 10 is too cheap. Maybe 25 is too expensive. I don't know, but a bit of like balance.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say.
In this case, again, I'm now less prescriptive and more, I suggest. So yeah, you have the final call. You can charge whatever you want, actually. But remember, people would agree to, for instance, 14 euros on condition that you join a shared class, for instance. Yeah, you're offering something affordable for them, and also you're taking care of your rates. So it's a win-win again here. Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, a pleasure. We'll continue. This video will be in oxinity.com on the Friday Talk tab for you if you want to go back to it and clarify something, watch again or whatever, or bits of it. And thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you next week as well. Let me know if you need any help.
Thanks to you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vanilla.
Everybody.
Bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.